Alright, I've about had it with this bullshit. I don't get to deal with narratives. I don't get to call a bad water pump a bad alternator. It doesn't work like that. Because if I did, I wouldn't get to eat. And then word would get around that this guy's full of shit and I wouldn't get any more work. So I don't have any choice but to deal within reality and call things as I see them. The insurrection happened in November of 2020, not January 6th of 2021. That was to cover up what they had done in November of 2020. At the time, I took a lot of shit for it. I had said in many live chats and live streams, talk about an insurrection. And people didn't understand where I was coming from. Imagine the organizational system that would have to be set up to pull off something like that. You don't just spawn that bullshit overnight. That's not the way it works. So, obviously, a lot of time, effort, and planning went into it. Contrary to what Pence said afterwards, he had every right to send the electors back to the states. And the deep state or the establishment knew it, and that's why they had to have some kind of counter thing in place. And that's why January 6th happened, because they weren't sure what way he was going to go. If he didn't have the right to send the electors back to the state, spawning an investigation, they wouldn't have changed the freaking law after the resident was put into place. And all of this bullshit that surrounds everything having to do with it is just that bullshit. Made up by people with something to hide or just want to make a few bucks because they're called a authoritative fact checker who gets a kickback from the system for saying what the fuck they want him to say. What is wrong with the American public? We enjoy being lied to? We take that as standard operating practice? What a bunch of horse shit. Like I said, I don't get to operate like that. I have to come in, look at whatever vehicle or lawnmower or chainsaw or front porch, what have you, see the problem, point it out, and correct it. I don't get to say things aren't as they are. I don't get to say, well, fact checkers say that your alternator is bad when your water pump is leaking freaking coolant all over your driveway. What the hell is wrong with people? Why do they find it acceptable to look at the world from that way? Why is it acceptable that corruption has become so commonplace in DC that it's become standard practice and it's spread throughout our entire system up to and including this platform? Why in the hell would a person like me continue to participate in such a system? Which begs the question, why would you continue to participate in it by watching videos, commenting, what have you, when you know they're feeding you improper and incorrect information? What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with us? Why do we find it acceptable? And when is enough of freaking enough?